Okay. So, just became morning. I'm heading out to the other end of my courtyard now that everything's despawned and loaded in, so you guys can see the outside of my kingdom. So I've been asked by a few people to show what I've done in my world. So this walkway is ginormous and it goes back to the spawn area where there's like my original, like, very, very first house in Minecraft. And then I came all the way out here and I built this monstrosity. So originally this was all desert. You can see some of the sand out there. And I paved it over with stone so that way when the creepers come out here and they explode everywhere, it doesn't have these huge ass craters, which are very annoying when you're running around. I've also done some artwork out here in the courtyard and I'm slowly adding to it. So, this is Ellie. And my mom really likes elephants. So for Mother's Day this year, I made her an elephant. And he's spraying water. It's really cute. And over here for my wife, because she loves owls, I made her an owl. Running, running. But yeah, so like all of this is built in survival. Because, if you're going to do something, why not make it even more difficult? Right? So if you look on the outside, going all the way around on all four sides, I've made kind of like this blank slate area, which I'll fill in with different designs and whatever, but basically it's so that way I can see everything. There's also a moat down here, and if you fall into the moat, there's a little elevator lift thing. But if you come in through the front door, and this is my little kingdom area. So I have all of my little pens for my animals and sheep in with my pigs for some reason. I have a chicken coop. And I have a sheep of every single color, so that way if I ever need the wool to do anything with, I have that. And some trees, in case I ever need wood, and a swimming pool because, why wouldn't you want a swimming pool with lights and everything? It even has like a little tiny diving springboard thing on it, which is really cool. So you can come up here and, or just like completely screw that up. But you can bounce on the little bouncy slime box there too. So this is my uh third house, we'll call it. I had to build up because my entire area is actually like on this huge cavern, which I've pretty much filled in. But so this is like the living area. And then I have a library that has the correct amount of bookshelves around it for the enchanting table to be maxed out. I have a little mini crafting area, infinite water source, a brewing station. The anvil that was here broke and I never replaced it. It's in my warehouse now. And this is my old warehouse. So there's still a couple things I haven't moved from out of here. But before I was completely filled with boxes. But I'll show you my new warehouse later. And this is my original auto forge area. It used to be a lot more forges in here. Now I just pretty much use this forge to make me food. I always have food cooking, it seems like. This is the dining room. Very nice. Has, flower, some paintings and shit like that. It's pretty awesome. Master bedroom with a nice view overlooking the swimming pool. It's very nice. And we have a nice walk-in closet. Um, my wife wanted me to get her a full set of gold armor that I took off of other things, like zombies and skeletons and stuff. It took me a while to find a full set, but I got her one. And here's the bathroom. You got a toilet and some sinks and a huge walk-in shower that you can turn on. Yeah, that's what I meant to do earlier. But yeah, so you can come in here when you're all dirty, a hard day's work, take a shower, turn it off to conserve water, because we're awesome like that. That's like the first floor. And there's upstairs area, which was like originally all the guest rooms. So they have like a huge flat screen TV. There used to be like a whole like library thing up here. And it used to be that each guest room had a bed, an armor stand with a full set of armor and all that. I'm slowly taking it down because I'm actually going to start building my fourth house. So, some of it I haven't taken down yet. You can see kind of like the roof and the chandelier that I built, the rustic chandelier. This one has a toilet and a sink, and it has a bath instead of a shower. So you can come in here and have a nice soak. I just like these front bedrooms because they have the dormer windows. I think it looks cool to have the dormer windows. But yeah, so that's the house. I haven't quite decided what I want to do for the next house. But, some of it I've already moved out to other places, whatever. I'm getting there. When I decide what the heck I'm going to do with my next house. And there's another sheep. I don't know what's up with the sheep. Keeps going anywhere. But yeah. So this takes you into the warehouse of the monstrosity. These are all things that either they're like specialty items, like calf slabs or stairs, or they don't stack like bows or ender pearls. I have a crap ton of bows because I have a skelly spawner. Whatever. That's just sad stuff. The rest of it goes through the sorter. So you can like put, like dirt in there, and it goes all the way through the entire sorting system. And eventually it will wind up here to be picked up, and it automatically fills from the top down. So, I have a whole bunch of different blocks and mob drops and, all your gems, the iron, coal, even some things like glass and regular stone blocks there, which was, I actually had to add that on for when I was doing the courtyard. This whole wall over here, these 3 columns of chest, that all feeds into my cobblestone. Because I have a crap ton of cobblestone. The never-ending cobblestone. This behind the glass, this redstone, is actually to run so that way when it reaches the bottom, it will force it back up in a mini dropper elevator to go back down to here, and then it'll force it back up, and etc. and so forth. But yeah, I'm slowly adding to it as I find more and more stuff. As I decide that I want to add things, like I've been adding things from the nether because I've been messing around with the nether more. I have lots of room, so I can just kind of continue expanding. These are my new auto furnaces. Right now it's cooking stone. Earlier I was making glass. But it feeds automatically in, so I don't have to remember to come over here and pick it up out of the furnace. It just automatically feeds into where it needs to go. The new entrance into my mine is actually straight out of the warehouse, which makes a lot more sense. So this is my mine, and we're on floor 1. You can see it goes all the way that way, and it goes all the way back there. And there are several floors. Some of them I've been going off to the right in the past, but where is that block? Oh, that block's there to remind me. That's the floor I was working on. But yeah, so basically it goes all the way down to, I think, floor 21, which is the bedrock of my mine. Yep, 21. You could come in here and you can actually see the bottom. So when I threw everything inside of that double chest up top, up in my warehouse, it actually feeds all the way straight down in hoppers. And then it's fed through this into a dropper elevator to go back up. Now, the reason why I have it go all the way down and then back up again is so that no matter which floor I'm on, whether I'm on the bottom floor or the top floor or in the warehouse itself, it will always collect it and then push it back up with 0 loss. Before, I had a glass elevator here, but when we did the last big update, my glass elevator completely broke and I was getting some massive loss, which, when it's cobble, I don't really care so much, but I'm also feeding things like, diamonds and stuff through this, so I didn't want to lose any of that. But yeah, so this is the bottom of the elevator, and, but yeah, so this is my mine. It's set up so that the hallways actually, they're 2 blocks high, so Enderman can't come in here and mess with anything. They're all well lit, 12 blocks apart torches staggering, so that way you have your 7 blocks of light always, so nothing will spawn. The walls are too thick, so that way, you can see on both sides. And the hallways actually stack on top of each other in a I don't know if you can really tell here, but it's stacked so that way you can always see every single block. So I never miss a block, pretty much. And then I mentioned earlier that I had a skelly spawner, which is here. Yeah. So up here, everything that's in the moss stone, it's moss stone, so that way I know not to break into that by accident. The spawner is actually above my head, like 2 mine floors up. And it's completely flooded. And so, but it's a directional flood instead of a standing flood, which means that, the skellies get pushed down into a narrow hallway that is 1 wide and 2 high. That's also flooded with directional water. There's a water block there that's pushing this way, and a water block that's in that direction that's pushing this way. Basically, all the water shoves all of the skeletons that are spawned in the spawner up above to fall right here, so that way I can just sit here and murderize them and get XP and a crap ton of arrows and bows. It's a good way, especially if you have dogs. You can just kind of stand down there and do other things and come back and collect all your XP. It's the lazy way to get XP, which is great when you die in the nether and you're like, I don't have anything. But yeah, eventually I'm gonna start going off in other directions, but for now I'm just going out this way until I decide to work on another huge project. And then I have pretty much all of the materials that I'll ever want that comes out of this mine. Which is great, because in that way, if I want to build something, I can just go build it. It's awesome like that. So coming out of the warehouse, and everything is steel doors, so that way, nothing can follow me in or anything like that. So we can go to Granite Park, which is my town. So all my villagers, that's my iron golem that's over there. But all my villagers, they live over here. They have a tendency to all congregate in the same damn house. So annoying. But all of their little houses, they have a table and some chairs, a flower, and a bed. It's all, nicely well lit with windows and whatever. Originally, that's all they had were the houses, and then I slowly started building outwards, and they now have a fountain. They have a schoolhouse with, a big blackboard and books and desk and chairs and all that. Um, there's the town hall, which I think there's a villager in here, so I'll close the door so he doesn't freak out on me. Um, there's like little, I don't know what you would call that, like reception area or whatever, and some more books and drawers for files and a waiting area. I don't know. So you can go do town hall stuff. There's a library, which I figured out how to make a dome, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, so they can come in here and read books or whatever. They have a cafe with a menu. They sell chicken and stew, and it's great. The cafe has an outdoor seating area, all that. They also have a general store, and there's a chest with stuff in it, so they can come in here and buy whatever they want. One of them can come over here and check people out, pretend to be the checkout person. I don't know what the heck my villagers really do. They probably are just like, what in the world is all this stuff and why did she have it all? But I think it looks cool. There's also a forge with lava that's blocked off so that way villagers can't get into it because they're dumb and they like to stand in lava. When they have like an infinite water source in here for their forge with an anvil and all that stuff, which they never use, but I think it looks pretty awesome. And then this is my my farm, my main farm area. Occasionally my villagers will come over here once in a blue moon and mess with it. But they don't really like going this far away from their houses. I don't know why. They're just like determined to stay in their houses. So they don't really mess with it very much, which I'm actually okay with. And then there's more farm animals. This area I don't keep up with as much because I don't come in here as often. There's supposed to be a pen for sheep, but instead, like, I get dogs. If I ever want dogs, I come over here because, oh my god, at the amount of freaking dogs that I get in this game. In that one area, it's kind of disturbing. But it's nice because in that way I can go and take them out into the courtyard area and just let them go completely wild, killing everything. That's the village area. And that's pretty much Ellie's Kingdom in a very, very fast tour. And, I'll be building onto it and stuff. You probably saw that out here. I have 2 nether portals because for some bizarre reason, I go in one and then I go through the same exact portal to leave the nether and it puts me out there. I don't know. It's just jacked. Even if I take that one down, it still would spawn it. So I just have left both, and it hasn't been spawning more nether portals on the overworld, so I'm just leaving it. But yeah, so that way, it's all encased in glass. So if I'm ever out here doing something else entirely, I've had, zombie pigmen and stuff kind of come through. So that way they're not wandering around. They're kind of trapped, and I can see in there and be like, no, I do not want to deal with you, or, yes, I would like to deal with you. And the reason why it's so far up here, this was actually ground level. You can see over there. This was ground level before I flattened it all. So, yeah, that's my kingdom with my new flattened courtyard of awesomeness. And if I start building another project as soon as I get done with it, I'll make another video. But I hope you enjoyed it. And let me know if you have any questions. Latest.